When you're not feeling well, of course, you go to the doctor, and there's a diagnostic process that the doctor goes through to try to figure out what's wrong with you, and then he prescribes a treatment. Well, when you stop and think about it, the economy is pretty sick right now, not doing well at all. Wouldn't it make sense to apply the same diagnostic principles to your financial health? Well, Steve Sexton is here today, and of course our financial expert that joins us every week. And how long have we been doing this? A couple years now?
Yeah, a couple years.
A couple years. You've been passing on this information, and this is the first time we've talked about diagnosing people's financial health in terms of almost like you're going through like a doctor and doing it, but it makes sense.
Oh yeah, you know what, when you go and see a doctor, whether you're sick or just getting a checkup, they start that discovery process, or, hey, how do I figure out what's wrong? And they gain all the facts. Sometimes they even put you through tests. But once they have the facts, then they can prescribe a plan that will make somebody well. And the same thing can happen with the financial process, and it works out very well, but all too often people are making decisions based off a little bit of emotion and a little fact here or there, and all too often it makes them feel good, but it leads to disaster.
This is like somebody going on the internet and getting a little bit of information about a cough and deciding, hey, cough syrup is fine, and it might be something more serious.
Yeah, I got a tumor.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a tumor. It's an old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie there for you. Kindergarten Cop. Just free, no charge on that impersonation there. Well, let's talk about, just in general terms now, the world economy is in pretty bad shape right now. So where do we start here?
Well, let's take a look at that, and that leads into a lot of this emotion. Since August 1st, we have seen the market go just up and down. In fact, it's going through almost 100-point swings. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, we've seen a 700-point down. We've seen, just on Monday, it was a 300-something point up. We don't know what's going to happen today. We're going to see how they vote on the European Financial Facility Fund, which is to shore up the banks. Some of the economists that are looking at those saying, hey, you know what, it's not that great, it's been oversold and something, it's the pill that's going to save everything. But what happens is people see all this and they go, oh my God, I got to buy, I got to sell. I had a lady came to me and said, Steve, I want to buy gold, and this is when it already hit 1900, think it was going to go higher, and then she bought it, not from my recommendation, but it dropped 300 points, and she says, oh my God, and she jumped back out. Okay.
Wow.
So people are going all over the place with this.
And that's pretty typical, isn't it? I mean, they try to chase the market and so forth, and they're being very emotional about it. So what do you recommend?
Well, with the financial process, you want to go through that same sort of diagnosis. And if you're talking to a financial salesperson, there's 5 essential questions you want to ask. 1, have you adequately reviewed my personal financial situation, and how is this in my best interest? Now, you're going to want to know things like, hey, are you taking care of your mom and dad if they're in a long-term care facility? Are you helping out your kids that might have been going through a tough time economically? Hey, how many countries do you want to go visit on your touring that you do, that bucket list stuff? Is that all in place? The next question is how does this affect my taxes each year and in the future? Because if you're looking at taxes, some of those investments might have a 2% tax on some bond funds, and that means if you're getting 5%, you're actually getting 3%.
Because 2 is going to taxes already.
Or the financial, the phantom income taxation from mutual funds. A lot of people don't realize that. And then it's the, hey, what about my liquidity and my income? Now, a lot of times fees, taxes, and expenses that go along with investments take up 3 or 4%, sometimes 5% of the return. And if you're only getting 7 or 8, hey, that's going to affect that. And if you're in these long-term investments, will there be enough liquidity when you need it? Because inflation is going to grow each and every year. And then from a risk comfort level, a lot of people don't realize, even if you're taking a bond fund or a municipal bond, there's risk there. What is it? What are the questions do I ask? How do what's the effect of, how will this recommendation work for me moving off of my money to the ones I love when I walk out online?
So you got to worry about your heirs as well. So that's 5 pretty substantial questions there that I probably wouldn't want to tackle without an expert like yourself, which kind of leads me to my last point here, and that's that you do these great seminars, and you do them for free, which is, again, it's amazing, but it's an incredible public service. So when is the next one? Where can we go?
Okay.
And how do we sign up here?
Okay, on October 11th full. October 12th, there's still some opportunity there at Palamesa Resort. On October 25th and 27th, it's at the Courtyard Marriott in the Hotel Circle area there. They can call our office at 1-800-560-2611 or go to our website. You can sign up right there. But the big thing here is we're going to teach people the questions to ask in order to make a rational financial decision so you know, hey, this is the right place for my money.
And I know there's a great newsletter that you send out to folks for free as well.
That's the Dalbar Report. We offered it last week. If they'd still like it, it goes into the investor behavior and what holds back the returns.
All right, Steve Sexton, the Sexton Advisory Group. I know we're going to see you back here next Tuesday,
Yep.
God willing. And again, thanks for what you do, especially on these free seminars. And folks, contact Steve at the office and get signed up for these. There's still a little bit of space available, but don't miss out on an opportunity like that. Get diagnosed by a financial doctor. It's good to see you, Steve.
Thanks, Mark.
As always. See you next week. Okay, for more information, you go to san diego6.com. You just click on San Diego Living.